Hey, yo, salute to all my subscribers, and a special shout out to everybody else passing through. All right, so I came across this tweet a short while ago on Twitter. I want to give a special shout out to African Doll on Twitter. The tweet reads as follows: a situation can be so small, but the principle behind it can be big as fuck. And herein lies the problem that I find I have had in the vast majority of my relationships, both as an adult and even going back to my teenage years, because I've always been a very introspective and self-reflective type of individual, right? And throughout the majority of my relationships, whether those relationships be romantically charged or friendships, I've run into these types of issues with so many people, more people than I have not. And this, I think, is at the crux of so many issues in our friendships and relationships and our dealings with each other on a day-to-day basis. I'm the kind of person, contrary to popular opinion, most people who have mixed it up with me, who have had disagreements, arguments over the years, people in situations with me, whether they were relationships, friendships, or just acquaintances that I interact with consistently from time to time, people always think I'm mad at the situation. I'm the kind of individual who is almost never mad at the situation. I almost never get upset at a situation because situations are going to happen. There's no way to avoid them. You spend enough time with any one person, right, over a long enough period of time, you're going to find things to disagree about. If you don't, then your circle of friends or the caliber of people you're dealing with are not or should not be in your circle. Because, I'm a very independent thinker. I'm the kind of individual who, my views and my opinions are strong, but I'm also so multifaceted that there are a lot of things that I'm interested in, that I seek out knowledge in, that I am curious about. And so naturally, with being that type of person, you open yourself up to be exposed to a wider variety of people. So I'm more likely to come across people who have differences of opinions because I'm able to fit in with so many different circles. And so having said that, people typically, because people are so defensive and because people are so not adept, generally speaking, at being able to honestly identify when they are the problem in a situation, people become defensive. And usually what happens with me is people will say, oh, this situation isn't even that serious. Why are you so mad about this one situation? It's not even that big a deal. Those people who are narrow-minded like that, or who take narrow-minded approaches to situations and they're being defensive about something, not being willing to see, the bigger picture, I've learned at 35 now to try to avoid those people as much as possible. And even if I can't possibly avoid those people, I try to limit my interactions with them. I try to limit my interactions if I 100% cannot avoid dealing with those people, because I'm never mad at the situation. I'm always only mad at the principle behind the situation, because while there are a dozen different ways that any one situation can come about, usually any situation fits into a principle mind state if you're an individual who has principles. So my thing is, right, if you do something that pisses me off, it's usually not that thing you did that pissed me off. Usually it's a pattern that I see that is associated with a mindset that you clearly have because you typically act in that fashion. So if you do something that you think is small, that I'm blowing out of proportion, and I'm telling you that's not the situation. It's not, I'm not upset behind this specific incident. I'm upset at the principal fact that a person always does this, or you always do or say that. And it shows either a lack of respect somewhere else, or it shows a propensity for you to act this way in another, facet of this relationship. And people don't get that shit, and I don't understand why. I don't know, man. I just stopped by to, vent that shit to y'all real quick. Let me know what y'all think about it. Again, another salute to African Doll. I think she hit this shit right on the head. I don't mean, man, I typically troll social media. I come across shit like this, and I bring it to y'all for further processing because it's my platform. I do what the fuck I want. But nah, seriously, because that's what this platform is for. You know what I'm saying? To bring these types of things that I come across, to the platform, to the main stage, so to speak. Because I feel like, just like I have this reaction when I see things, and I'm like, it's like a light bulb goes off, and I'm like, yo, this is so real. Like, I come across this shit in my relationships and the people I deal with. So naturally, if I come across it, then, if I put it out there, I'm sure other people have experienced these types of things as well. And this platform is predicated and built on and formed with the intent of, you know, bringing all of these issues that we deal with each other to the table, in hopes of us finding ways to better understand and better relate to and interact with one another. So, I got to continue to bring this type of shit to the page. Anyway, if you're just passing through for the first time, I invite you to stay a while. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. Let me know what y'all think about this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.